Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy South Central back at it again with another video, another review on Charlie Kirk on illegal immigration inside America and what it does to the system of America and it does to our economic system also. Okay, I'm very passionate about this subject because me being from South Central, I was affected from the top to the bottom when it comes to illegal immigration. As a young kid, all right, 5 years old, my father was killed by illegal immigrants, a gang, when they put a green light on black people. All right, I think it's on Vice, and one day I'll show you a video. I'll show you guys a video of it. And then also me being a blue collar worker, we fight for those contracts against illegal immigrants, and they get paid dirt cheap, and they're really getting paid under the table sometimes, and that pushes Americans out of jobs, right? And it also puts a burden on our economic system, right? We pay taxes. We pay a whole bunch of taxes to help American families if they fall short, to help them get back up, but we're giving it to non-citizens and non-taxpayers, and that's literally resources that could be given to the next citizen and the next veteran, right, that needs help. They send them to our communities and we fight with them. Okay, they're our biggest competition. Okay, not saying that being in the streets cause that. It could just be little. Gompers is a middle school. This is happening even at middle school. The division and the problems. Okay, it's a problem. Illegal immigration is a problem, and we need to address it. And I would like to hear what these Democratic liberals in these colleges have to say, and I would like to hear the response of Charlie Kirk. Man, let's get into it.
Immigrant thing. You said that, we come at some point you said, oh, you come and you work hard. How about we work hard and it's a guarantee. You used guarantee. That was the exact phrase you used, that we can get somewhere.
If you do four things, but go ahead. I should have additioned.
The whole, some of the immigrants, yeah, they may be illegal, but they do work really hard to come here and provide a life for their kids. And then they get snatched away, and their 9-year-old little girl is just sitting there crying and bawling her eyes out why her mom can't be with her after her mom just tried really hard to work really hard for her life.
Okay, I'm gonna comment on this real quick, man. To be honest, why should we care? As an American, if I have sole custody of my daughter and I commit a crime, my daughter's getting took away in the system. All right? Or my kid is getting taken away in the system, no matter how hard I work. If I make one mistake, that's my reality. Why do they have special privileges to me? That's what I want to know. Why are we such Americans want to be so caring when it comes to, and I'm not trying to say I don't care. From a morality standpoint, I know it's bad. Okay, but you got to understand that's how our system works. Okay, if you're in Russia and you smoke weed, we smoke weed openly. I mean, I never smoke weed, but Americans do. Most Americans, especially in California, most Americans do, right? If you go to Russia and do it, you're going to jail. It don't matter what we do here. It don't matter how you feel about it. We're going to jail. Well, that's small. We're going to jail for a very long time. You don't get to pick and choose how you want law to be enforced. Okay? Maybe I should make this smaller because, I don't know. There you go. So you can see more. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make better content for you guys. So, yeah, you don't get special privileges than what Americans do. You don't get special privileges for being an illegal immigrant, all right? And that's the problem that we're having. And also, when it comes to doing it legally, yeah, I want the best for you. You did the best. You did what you did to get here, and you did the right thing. You did it legally. I want the best for you as an American. Yeah, okay, fine. And that's how it should go. You don't get special privileges for doing something illegally. And you know what? Also, you know what you signed up for. If you do it illegally and you get caught, so that's your butt. You had your fun while it lasted, and that's your butt. You did it illegally, fine. You had it, okay, you get it. Even if you commit a crime, they coming after you. If you get caught, you can't blame the person that caught you. That don't make sense. I knew what the time was when I did the crime. All right, or you should know, right? If you're a criminal, you're a career criminal, you should know how much time that stuff carry. You know what come with going to a country illegally and getting caught. You know what come with it. Especially, I know they talk about it, like when they get shit back, because most of them come right back. They talk about what happened. They're not just going to not talk about it. So you need to learn, when you come here and get caught, this is what happens. All right, you might get 4 years of fun and playing around and taking jobs and all this, and you might get 4 years of us enforcing our laws that we have here. All right, that's fair. That's what we do. That's what America's about. Without borders, what is a country? Every country has borders. Every country has laws. You don't have a right to break a law and still get treated like you didn't do anything. All right, let's get back into it.
Okay, so a couple things. If you break the law to get into America, you're putting your kid's life in jeopardy too. We have immigration laws. We have not enforced them. Justice is blind. Justice can be something that must be equally interpreted. When that beautiful statue of Lady Justice, she has a cloth over her eyes because justice is supposed to be blind. You know what happens for a legal immigrant? Let's say a legal immigrant from Indonesia. Mm-hmm. If they want to come to America, they have to prove to the embassy in America that they have not committed a crime for 2 years. If they get sometimes a speeding ticket equivalent in Indonesia or in Korea, their visa will be yanked almost instantaneously. So we have a double standard immigration system. One, where the rest of the world has to operate with a clean bill of health criminally, that they can't break any laws in their home country and they can't break any laws here because they might be subject to deportation or not coming into the country. Then we have a whole different set of laws if you jump across the border. That's not fair and it's not sustainable, because what now ends up happening is you have anywhere between 15 to 21 million people, could be even more than that, where they're living in the shadows. And that's not a good thing. I don't want that to happen. I mean, if I had my way, I would say, yeah, of course, I would love to have as many people in this country as possible. But it also severely disenfranchises the 180 other countries across the world that equally want to be here just as much, that are not within economic proximity there. So I understand the question. The other thing is this. There's isolated incidents of the United States government through ICE going after child sex traffickers, MS-13 members. But there is not mass deportations happening in this country right now. It's just not happening. Should we go after people that are smuggling guns and smuggling drugs and smuggling children? Oh my goodness, yes. Final thing is this. The porous southern border allows immoral behavior to continue. Evil behavior. Children that get smuggled across the southern border. Opioids, heroin, guns. MS-13 runs the entire southern border. This is why they fight so hard against the construction of a southern border wall. 95% of Border Patrol agents, half of which are Hispanic, by the way. The Border Patrol agents always get such a bad rap, but half of them are Hispanic. 95% of Border Patrol agents say a wall would help them better do their job to confiscate drugs and intercept children that might be in the midst of child sex trafficking. So anyway, I appreciate the question. My stance on immigration is this. Legal immigrants, huge positive, huge surplus for this country. You even saw me defend having more immigrants come to America. Border jumping and line cutting, it's not who we are. It breaks the law and it should not be tolerated.
I would say that he's ultimately correct. When he's ultimately correct. We got rules here, and to me, with Democrats, they have whataboutism. What about the good ones? What about the ones who take care of their family and all this other stuff? I'm not saying forget them. I'm saying that's good. We want those type of people. But when you got people coming in using those same people to do bad deeds, like, am I gonna sacrifice my country just to get a few good ones? Like, no, I'm not, bro. I'm gonna close it up until we open up until we figure this stuff out. And that's how you gain back control of what was supposed to be. When they get out of control, you close shop. Hey man, we need restructuring. I'm not letting nobody in. I'm sorry, I understand what you're going through. You might be fighting for your life, and it's the ugly truth of how countries work. You don't just get to do what the hell you want to do. And if you break that line, you're disrespecting my country. You're disrespecting me because I'm paying taxes for this cover. I'm paying for security here, basically. All right? I respect this country. I love this country. You're going to come in here and think that you have the same right as me while you just bogarted your way in? No, you don't have that same right. They put them in our community, so we have to deal with them. The police department has to deal with them. Everybody has to deal with them but the people who put them here. What'd that tell you? Let's get back into it.
Did you have a follow-up really quick, or make it quick because I want to get to as many questions as possible. So,
I liked your answers, state answer. I just want to know, okay, so what would you do to make it a little bit more accessible for the ones that are trying to get here legally and it's not happening?
So I think we should have an unlimited amount of genius visas and an unlimited amount of merit visas. So if you are able to prove that you have a very specific skill, and there are anywhere between 30 to 40 million people like this worldwide, I think you should be able to give it a chance to come into America. We have huge capacity in this country, massive amount of natural resources, usual land. And guess what? I get people in the conservative movement that push back against this. Charlie, we're full. Okay, I know this sounds silly. Fly from Chicago to Reno and tell me that we're full, okay? For 3.5 hours. There's massive amounts of land and huge development.
I don't agree with Charlie on this. Like, I think we need to clean house. Then we can talk about this after we clean house. Right now, house ain't clean, bro. Can't no guess here. No, we need to clean the house first. I get the great ideas and stuff like that, but we're not a country that just go off ideas that sound good. Because at this point, illegal immigration sound good. You want to save people's life. You want to make sure that they, these people have a fruitful life, but it's destroying our life and it's destroying our country. So at its face, yeah, it's great because we have people that will work for dirt cheap. The people that are willing to. So, not saying all of them, most of them. Not saying most of them, but you got some of them that's trying to start a better life. Okay, and they're doing things that most Americans would not want to do. In theory, it's like, oh, okay, they're taking the burden of off Americans, but they're not. They're stealing jobs. They're putting so much weight on the system that helps American people that it's destroying us. It's too much of a burden on us. So at its face, it sounds great. Those ideas are great, right? But right now, we can't enforce them or even think about talking about things like that until we get this stuff right. Right now, it ain't working, and I'm not hearing it right now. I'm not. We have if that's the case, I want to say we have a whole bunch of Americans that has so much potential too. Why don't we invest in America? Why don't we invest in those who deserve a second chance? It's a whole bunch of Americans who are willing to do right, but they don't have those same resources because these resources are put upon illegal immigrants. All right, invest in your own communities. All right, as far as America, invest in your own communities that's underdeveloped, that needs help. All right, push them to do great things. See how far we can get. But when you start thinking abroad, as far as investing in other people that's just trying to come here, we lose out on great Americans. All right, let's get back into it.
That we can have. I believe that the only limiting factor we have is saying that ideas will somehow run out. There are studies to show that a steady flow of immigrants keep a country on its toes. It keeps a country working hard and taking risks, and it keeps other people competing against them. I think that's a really healthy thing. Someone who believes so firmly in markets, I want people that always have new business ideas. I want people that are willing to disrupt the status quo. I want the next hungry entrepreneur from Cuba or Venezuela or for South Africa. That's why we have 85 out of 100 of the most valuable companies in the world. And so anyway, I would say to expand it should be much quicker to legally immigrate in this country and much easier. We've made it so hard. And the President of the United States says it correctly. We're going to have a very big wall with a big door. And I think we're going to get back to the door so we understand that legal immigration is a healthy backbone to this country that we must celebrate. So thank you for your question. I appreciate it. We got to get to the next one, Seth. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. So just to start, I'm an independent, so I'm not like a liberal or anything. But so my grandparents, they came here in the 1940s, and they came here with like $40 in their pocket.
Where did they come from?
They came from Haiti.
Awesome.
And they were able to build themselves up through real estate, and they were able to send all my aunts, uncles, and my mother to college, and now they're all graduated and they're in their professions, and my mom became a doctor. So I'm pretty proud of
that's the American dream.
Yeah,
congratulations. That's what we're talking about.
And also, a lot of illegal immigrants account for farming work and factory work in America. And it's because a lot of people in America are unwilling to do that sort of labor. And if we curb illegal immigration, how would you propose to solve...
Sorry I didn't let him get his question out. I would just like to say that most Americans don't even know about farming. They don't teach us about this crap here. I mean, I would say that that's just a new world order thing to stop us from doing it. If your country don't know how to do it, that doesn't mean that people don't want to do it. We just don't know how. It's not a thing in America. And I'm not saying it's not a thing. There's plenty of farmers here. Okay, got it. Right. We get it. That own lots of property. Who actually farm on the property? Great. But they're making it harder for farmers. They're making it harder to farmers. Getting harder to teach people how to farm, right? They're trying to turn every every state into like a city. They trying to, you know what I'm saying, like, and live a city life in every state, even in Utah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like farming. Not saying it's going out of style. It never was in style for real, because nobody really knows how to do it, what to do, how much do they pay. Like, is it, what's the benefit of it? And I understand that. I think that every person should learn how to do it. I think that it's very essential to a country. I also think that I think that teenagers, instead of working at McDonald's and all these fast food places that pay you just to die, you should work at a farm. Like, everybody should do farming at least for 3 years, or make it a part-time job. It doesn't matter. Just invest in your people. Like I said before, invest in your people to make America fruitful. Well, how does that benefit America? We're eating less GMO foods. We're eating less bull crap. We're learning how to feed ourselves again, right? We're learning how to work hard. We understand the process. So when the government start coming after farmers, we can resonate with them, bro. No, you don't take that away from us. We love those people, because look what they do for us. Instead of waking up one day and just ordering a burger, like, we don't understand farmers for real, because they don't teach us anything about that. So of course, that's the mindset of a person, like, oh, I don't want to do it because, I mean, it's easier for illegal immigrants to do it. You don't understand how important that is. You don't get it. Okay? So I think it's meant to be that way. They don't want us to get it. And they want us to fight over stuff like that. They want us to allow illegal immigrants to do it, because they make it seem like it's much easier to do it instead of us doing it. No, we can do it. Just teach kids in high school, right? Instead of teaching us about gay BCs, teach us about, teach us about farming and how essential it is to a country, and how essential it is to a family that's trying to be fruitful and multiply. That's what I would say. Let's get back into it.
A possible amount of like under
Sure. So
performing jobs.
Seasonal work visas. It's that simple. Give seasonal work visas for people that are willing to do difficult agricultural work. So all the seasonal work visas, you get a temporary social security number, you pay tax, you pay payroll tax, you pay income tax. We know who you are. If you commit a crime, we know exactly that, and we deport you immediately. Now we have no idea. We have no idea. No one can possibly argue that that's a sustainable system for the country. So that's a very simple way. But in order for there to be seasonal visas, you have to have a restriction on people cutting in line. The restriction would be a wall. And that's a key element to restructuring our immigration system, which is so horribly and terribly broken. And I talk about a wall, and people say, Charlie, why are you against immigration? I say, I literally have talked so much about the value of immigration. I'm against people that come here in defiance to our laws and come into the shadows and intentionally break United States immigration law. I think it's a disservice to people like your grandparents that came here in the 1940s from Haiti. That's what's best and most beautiful about this country, is people that came here legally. And so when they came here legally, they were registered in the system. They were able to pay taxes, buy a house, start a bank account. And now a couple generations later, would you say your life is better than their life was? Probably, right? And so you're the story of America. So when I talk about the guarantee of America, almost very few people in America, unless your grandfather was Andrew Carnegie or John D. Rockefeller, very few people have it worse today than your grandparents did. Very few people, unless it was some titan or something horrible happened, it's 99% of Americans have it better than your grandparents did. We have progressively been getting better and better. And there's many reasons for that, but I appreciate the question. Seasonal visas would be the way that would fix it. So thank you.
All right, guys, that's a video for today, man. And basically, he's saying that you need to have some skin in the game. All right, seasonal visas, you gotta pitch in to this country. We gotta know that you're loyal to America. Okay, we gotta know who you are. We can't take a risk on you anymore, because taking risks has destroyed our communities from the top down, and it's buckled our system and put a dent in it. And we need to restructure it. And by restructuring it, if we give these visas, we know who you are. We know that you're trying to come here to do great things, and you're not trying to destroy this country. You're not trying to ship in the fentanyl. You're not trying to fight and plant seeds in these communities as far as drugs and gangs and stuff like that, and destroy our communities. All right? So that's the video for today. If you like my reviews and my commentary, please, man, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, man. South Central, we out.
We be really politicking while we whipping in the kitchen. God be my witness. At the age of 15, I was fighting my fitness.